Um, Thank you everyone for checking out another segment of Straight No Chaser, where I get to talk sports and culture, oftentimes for fans with the fans. Now, there's a lot going on in our country, both on the national level and the local level. We've got the third week of professional football here that's starting. We've got the start of the NBA finals that are starting tonight. The Lakers taking on the Miami Heat. We also have here on the local level the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox that are in the middle of a pennant chase. So there's a lot going on, but nothing more important than what has been taking place on a national level. Most importantly, what transpired last night during last night's presidential debate. So there's been a lot of conversation around what transpired, some of the things that have been said. I know that there's some people out there with some strong opinions and thoughts. So before we get into it, before I dive into it, you know how we do it? You got it at home? Raise your glass. We're about to get into it. Straight No Chaser. So with that, I guess the last question I want to ask, and I want to ask this in all sincerity. After we saw what happened last night, I know there's been some discussion today, and there's been several articles that the commission is looking to put in some new rules, guidelines with respect to how the debates will be moving forward. The question I have, should there even be any additional debates after this? That was such a bad situation, such a bad environment, such an unhealthy discussion. Should there even be any debates moving forward? I mean, at this point, do you feel that the candidates are even capable of having a civil conversation over complex issues? That's something that has been discussed, like, hey, you know what? Maybe things should just be canceled moving forward. You know, maybe we should just let the vice presidents take over. It seems like they're the adults in the room at this point. You know, is that something that we want to, that's even an option? You know, let's just cancel the other two debates if it's going to be this. Because I think, you know, to Tracy's point and others' points, the international stage that we are on, it's not a good look for us. The national stage, you know, it wasn't a good look one way or the other. You know, you have both sides blaming the other side, and neither side getting information that they wanted or needed. Here on a local level, you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is the best that we have. Millions and millions of people, and these are our two candidates. These are all things that people have shared, and really makes you want to question. You know, I've seen the jokes. I've seen the jokes about the next debate. My friend Nora in Wisconsin. Nora, she's a sweetheart. I love her. She's very, she has a very cynical sense of humor. And she said the next debate is going to be, actually it's not even going to be a debate. It's going to be a fist fight in the parking lot at a Chili's restaurant. And I said, okay. My response is, if they're going to fight at Chili's in the parking lot and in the restaurant, at least are they going to have drink specials, appetizer specials? You know, because at this point it's devolved into, unfortunately, an entertainment-based defense mechanism for people that are frustrated based off of what they saw last night and the lack of information, the lack of clarity, the lack of decorum by both candidates. And that's a defense mechanism. You know, sometimes people find, you know, the defense in laughter and humor when really it's a cover for frustration or sadness, things like that. But, you know, with that, you know, should there be the reigning two debates? You know, maybe if the next one goes off the rails, maybe we cancel the third one. I think that, you know, everything's on the table right now. 2020 has just been a weird year. I tell people all the time, 2020 has been the longest generation ever. You know, it seems like 2020 has been going on for years and years and years. And, you know, we keep a bingo card of monthly disasters or things that, these wow moments that occur monthly, sometimes every other week. You have a couple each month, you know, but with 2020, everything's on the table. You know, maybe, you know, because 2020 hasn't been a traditional year. These aren't normal times. The new normal is not normal. You know, maybe these are all things that we should take a look at. You know, let's see, to Colby, should we continue with the debates? Yes, if guidelines are followed. We still have questions that need answers, and they need to stop using fear tactics, answer the questions, and be respectful. Agreed 100%. I guess the question I have, and I put this out there, and this is something that for each voter, for each individual, for each household, for each community to think about, and that is, do you have confidence that it will happen? You know, do you have the confidence that while these guidelines, because it's not as if there weren't guidelines for the first one, but you know, it devolved into what it was. It is what it is. Do you have the confidence that moving forward that this will be able to take place, that this will be able to transpire? I'm not sure if I do. Part of it is I need to look at who the next moderator is going to be. I thought Christopher Wallace would be great because of his intellectual capacity, because of his ability to be fair and balanced. But what I saw was his personality wasn't strong enough to harness either candidate and have them to stay on task and just grasp the situation, put everything, really be the authority figure that we needed to see in that environment, in that conversation, in that moment. You know, I just did not see it. And while some people, again, I've shared my thoughts. Mr. Wallace, great correspondent. He's one of the people I think is fair and balanced. He has an intellectual side that you can appeal to, that you can have a conversation, and things can be. I think he's a man of reason. But all that being said, I don't think he did a great job moderating last night. But we still have 2 more to go. So with that, I know we've covered a lot tonight. I want to thank everybody that chimed in. Florin, Jared, Tacoby, Tracy. I've got some other ones on another platform. Dave, Chris, just people that have shared their thoughts or questions. I think there's still more questions and answers. I'm hoping that this next debate that is had will be one of respect, one of more information than affirmation. I use this all the time. Information over affirmation, facts over feelings. Last night it was a lot of affirmation. It was, like Tacoby mentioned, fear mongering, fear factor, misinformation, things like that. Those are the things that are, they affirm their bases, whether you're Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. It affirmed your thoughts, your beliefs, but really what was missing was the information on what's right, what's wrong, policies, platforms, budget, ideologies, things like that. Those things are what was missing, the information. Until we get to the point where everyone is moving information over affirmation, facts over feelings, we're probably going to be in a situation again. And I don't know if this is I don't know if anything positive will come from any of the further debates if they continue down this path. I'm hoping that they do. I'm looking forward to the next one. And for those at home, thank you all for joining us. And I just gave it to you, straight no chaser. Everyone be safe, be blessed.